Hello again. In this video, I want to reinforce some of the text that we have included already in this mission. So I might repeat some of the concepts that I wrote about. And again, the main point here is to reinforce it. The first point I want to talk about here is that why OPM? This is something maybe I did not write about. If you read ISO 21500 or the PMBOK guide, you will notice there is a lot of reference to what PMBOK calls, for example, OPA, Organizational Process Assets. And basically what the PMBOK is saying, and what many people do not understand, that the PMBOK is actually include the standard to manage a single project, is not a standard or a guide for organizational project management. So one of the key fundamental mistakes in understanding the PMBOK is the need for OPA or OPM. And the other issue here is methodology, which we will cover in the next mission. So the PMBOK assume, and ISO, and most global organizations assume that organizations should build their own organizational project management system, function, process, whatever you want to call it. So if you want to develop a charter, you should refer to the organizational project management system. You want to estimate a project, you should refer to the organizational project management system. You want to identify a risk, there should be some guideline, processes, or policies in the organizational project management system. So, to close this point, an organizational project management system or process is needed. The organizational project management include things like policies, guideline, procedures, flowchart, mind map, template, lessons learned, samples, anything else that you need to help you manage project consistently in organization and to work toward achieving higher level of project management maturity. So we need an OPM. An OPM, as we already defined, is an umbrella. It kind of covers everything we need around project management. And of course, you can also include project, programs, and portfolios. So we need that OPM as an umbrella. In order to do it, we need to have a structure, which we recommend to have a project management department or a division, or, worst case scenario, it's okay, have a PMO if you need to. And that function should be responsible for building the system and sustain it. Now, how to build the OPM system? Allow me here to refer to a recent book that we have written. It wasn't about OPM, it's more about project management methodology. But we included here in chapter 9, a chapter on organizational project management. And in this chapter, we have the picture that you see already included in this mission. Now, what is this picture says? It's obviously, as you probably have read, it's about the 7 elements of project management maturity, which is a model we developed around 2010, and we continue to enhance. Unfortunately, we don't have any books on that yet, hopefully in the near future. And that model consists of 7 elements, as the name says. The first most important element we think organizations should consider is the outer circle, what you saw and what we wrote on and above. It's the strategic and organizational aspect. Basically, what this is all about is any organizations that want to build the culture of project management must start with the policies and the governance structure to manage project, programs, and portfolios. That's the first core element. The second step that we recommend is to go to the core. And that is where you need to build a methodology. And there are 3 main elements there. One of them is about the project lifecycle, which will be the subject of the camp methodologies that we will discuss in the next adventure, if you choose to take it. And we think you will, because it's really practical on how to manage project end to end. So that first core element is the project lifecycle model that we have developed, or you can use anyone or any model, maybe something you develop yourself. The second element is basically the processes and function. which are really needed more about processes are how to manage a stage of a project, and the function is things like cost, schedule, risk. Then you need tools or technology that to help you manage project. This is the core. And this core help you deliver good projects if you implement it properly. However, if you want to elevate your performance, you want to enhance your bottom line as an organization, you want to reach a higher level of project management maturity, you want to go maybe from level 1 or 2 to 3 or 4 or even higher, what do? That's where the circles between the core and the strategic aspect are important. One of them is part of CAMP, but is an advanced topics. These are the things that you should consider in implementing project management, such as sustainability, competence, project success model, and we will have adventures on all of these topics in the future. So that's one. The second one is organizational learning. We need to learn as organization. We cannot enhance our performance of project management if we don't learn as organization. And that includes things like capturing lessons learned, capturing performance from past projects, and many, many other things. We also need to help organization should build a competence model, should build a leadership model, should build a professional development and a career path approach for project. Again, all of these, we are being very brief here, all of these are necessary to help organization build the right mindset, the right culture for managing project that will help you elevate performance. Thank you.